Welcome to Successful Trading, where you will learn to trade options as a beginner. Bonjour, bienvenue sur Successful Trading. Hello, welcome to Successful Trading, where you will learn to trade options as a beginner. Bonjour, bienvenue sur Successful Trading.
Hello, hello everybody. Welcome. Oui, ça va très bien, Miss Michelle. Merci. Another day in paradise. Maybe that's if I had the time. If I had prepared a bit, I would have found the song for that. Hey, Miss Tammy, welcome. Greetings from California to Connecticut. I'm so glad that you guys have chosen to be here. So, I guess the French wasn't for me. Okay, the French may have been for Mr. Beto. Oh, désolé, désolé. I'm speaking. Could somebody confirm that you guys can hear me, please? You can have the sound because I'm not sure. Miss Michelle is saying that in French, s'il vous plaît, that she has an issue with her computer, so she's going to be restarting it. So yeah, well, you have time. It's just I just really my commitment to you guys. I want to make sure that I am here on time. No more of those. If it's within my control, no more of starting 10 minutes late or something. At 5:45 Pacific time or 8:45 Eastern, we are ready to go, and hopefully I will have things to share. Thank you. I notice Colin Ball. Colin Ball, is that Mr. Bull with another name? We have had traders who have changed their name. Hey, thanks, Miss Tammy, for confirming that. So we have Mr. B and then we have Mr. B Money. Those two are different individuals. Yeah, I can attest of that. Well, I've seen one. The other one, we spoke, but I haven't seen them physically, at least through the internet. So I'm reading a login of Colin Ball. Oh, how are you, sir? Okay. A good morning in Florida. Hope things are getting better with your health, sir. If you happen to be the one, I mean, no need for me to discuss further. If you understand what I'm saying, yes, that's just stay between us. Okay. So let's take a seat on here. I actually have a lot to say because I posted a screen capture this morning in our Discord. So, but before that, I just again I'm using these for teaching opportunity, right? Traders, because you may have noticed I'm always trying to bring something new to our arsenal. The goal is for me to help everyone who so desire, because hey, the desire need to be there. I hate to maybe digress a little bit, but hey, even in biblical times, people were receiving manna every day, yeah? But after a while, it got boring, and they were asking for something else. So, a successful trading, here we are, 9 weeks in. Though most of those I see here, you see the pattern? None of them has been here for more than 5 weeks. So meaning that the original members who were there, they are long gone. So pre-market is of no interest to them. So they will just read, if they so elect to watch the video later on, that, hey, oh, this is another boring week at successful trading with X number of 10 baggers. Yet, It's boring in any case. So the screen that you are seeing is a shot of Roku. So this one, we're going to title it Turning Your Losses into Big Win. So I'm going to show you two cases where I did well on one of them to apply that yesterday, and I didn't do so well with this very one that you're taking a look at. Okay, so hopefully you sort it out, Miss Michelle. I mean, in any case, this is going to be, YouTube, I was about to say another name. YouTube is saving this, so it's available as a video, obviously, for anybody to catch as a playback. And we have people doing that on here, on top of us, about 10 of us who are here, or 11 of us. That number is increasing. So again, you have a view of, this is the option chart for Roku July 24th, 165 call. So yesterday, when this popped, I was I'm in the middle of just, at how many positions did I have? 4 or 5. So you see. So when this one came on top, so eagerly, I just went, 165 calls to trade it. The contract were worth $1.38. That's a lot. You know me. I don't usually trade that. So that was mistake number uno, right? Because mistake number uno is definitely the price of a contract. Why would I be spending $1.38 on a contract expiring the next day? That's a no-no. I want to be buying stuff in the 20 cents, 25 cents. We have an article on successfultradings.com. For those who do not know, that's a blog that's actually created all of this. Where we have the title of the article is Anatomy of a 10-bagger. Not that every trade is a 10-bagger, but I mean, for a Friday, I'm not. So that's mistake number one. So that was this big candle on here. That's actually, I need, instead of me pointing to the screen, I need to go to the actual screen so that you guys can see the movement of my mouth. All right. So this was on this big candle on the. That's a bad entry. Why? This entry, if you analyze this chart, this is something that I haven't really, so now you see, I'm giving you guys layers of information. I've stressed how to get this chart, right? So for those in E-Trade, you can get that easily after you have created your option watch list. You hover over a specific option, and then one of the icons just below that is the chart. So you get this chart. And I know that other trading platform, they provide that. Yeah, Mr. B gave me feedback yesterday in our one-on-one that he actually can do that with Schwab. And I know that Thinkorswim also does that. Those are the three that I know that most of our traders between E-Trade, Schwab, Thinkorswim, those are the three platforms that I know of. If you have a platform that does not give you the ability to obtain the chart of your option, please call the customer service or consider creating an account with E-Trade. It's super easy to create an account with E-Trade. Yeah, super easy. So, bad entry here, yeah? Just because lack of concentration, I'm juggling different things. Why bad entry? Because remember, we said that just like the option itself, right? The lines that you see, because that's what they are to, to the newcomers. For us, we know what they are. This one, for instance, it's they have on top the Bollinger Band, and then we have moving average here, 20, 50, and the lower Bollinger Band. So price has been, this price, if you look at it as a stock, yeah, or as a commodity, I mean, it has been showing that, hey, there is resistance at the upper Bollinger. So the price here at the upper Bollinger at the time was 95 cents. So for me, I'm buying it way outside of that. You're calling for trouble. Yeah? Yes. And that's what happened. I mean, the stock could have continued sometimes, but really, you had that indication on there. So bad entry. And it happened that the stock didn't carry on. I think it stalled at 157 or whatever. So yeah, upon entry at 138, yeah, it went as high as 151. But come on, seriously? I'm not selling. I didn't get into a contract to be selling it at for, I don't know, 12 cents or 13 cents profit. Seriously, right? So this is what happened. But the what make it worse, and wish that's link it to the title of this section on here, turning your loss into a big win. Wow. If I had done my homework properly, yeah, I would have had both the calls and the puts of Roku inside of my watch list, option watch list, right? I would have seen that while the call says to give money, the puts actually start paying. Yeah? Let me, oh, geez, I hate to switch screen on you, but let me switch screen on here and go to the chart to actually see what transpired on Roku yesterday. I know that at least a gentleman yesterday in our one-on-one mentioned that. I don't know if he was trading it or something because that was a difficult trade. So what happened? I cut my losses and move on with my life. But I could have turned that into actually a winning trade. How? Let me show you. Okay, so this is the 15-minute chart for Roku. And let's zoom in into yesterday. Yeah, this was the move here. The video number 1 of your onboarding, if you do not know what the onboarding video is, that means you're only 1 day late. So you can catch up today by going to your unread messages because when a message comes, I think for most people in Discord, as long as they're unread, the system actually keeps telling you that you have unread messages, right? And I make it a point now that when I put a message that's or a video or any type of content that I want traders' attention on, I put ads, meaning that definitely it's not just something that specifically. So I put add subscribers, a subscription list, meaning all of the subscribers for that onboarding video. In the onboarding video, a video that was created on June 29 is give us a set of conditions to identify a bullish trend above VWAP, posting higher highs. So this is a candle that's pretty much sealed the deal for us right there. Now you can tell me that, hey, Telex, could it have been possible to enter this trade on this candle? Yeah, I guess so. But in my case, I was late. If you enter this trade on this candle, then for 30 minutes, it was a case, yeah. So yes, yes. For me, I'm saying this one, but yes, that's correct. If you enter this here on this candle, because here's the first candle, 15 minutes, right? And maybe the 5 minutes. So for stock like this one, because these are crazy stock. The other one that I can refer to, I was giving an example yesterday. It's B1, where we have seen that. This is the 5-minute chart, folks. Yeah, first candle, second candle, okay, on 5 minutes above VWAP, higher highs. Yeah, so on 5 minutes, you would have taken the trade somewhere here. And you will have been, the next candle, you will have made decent money, actually very good money. That contract appreciated big time. We saw that appreciation because the candle before, I'm not going to toggle back and forth onto the chart of the candle. I'm just going to read what was the price at this candle on here, which is 940. So I'm trying to read the price under at 940. So at 940, the price of the 165 calls were 33 cents, the highest. Yeah, 33 cents, the highest. So yes, buying them at 33 cents. By the time we get to 1:15 Eastern, if we come back to my screen on here, on the chart screen, 1:15 Eastern. Yeah, so 1:15 to 1:30. So that's going to be this candle here. Yeah. Is that so? I'm confusing myself between the time zones. So the highest that it went yesterday will be at 10:15. Yeah, but we don't know if that's a true one. No. That's not it. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah. 10:15. Actually, 10:45 Eastern. Yeah, 10:45 Eastern because it has to coincide with a big candle on here, right? 10:45 Eastern. That's interesting. It doesn't quite gel. Yeah. Oh, this is it. 7:45 Pacific on here because my time zone is Los Angeles. All right. So sorry about that. So this is 10:45. That's where the highest price was. But I mean, yeah, here a good pop up within the 5 minutes, and then for 5, 10, 20, 30. For a good 45 minutes, then you gave back some of that money. And the reason here is because there is no room on the upper Bollinger, right? As we have been explaining, the upper Bollinger behave as a resistance. And then, I mean, it went up again, and about 11 o'clock Eastern, you have that high of 158. So 11 o'clock Eastern, on there, the price is the highest at $1.81. So meaning that, yeah, if you were early in this trade using the 5 minutes, as we suggested, putting side by side the 5 and the 15 minute, you could have gotten into Roku at 33 and at 183, my friend, that's 600%. Okay, at least above over 500%. I'm hoping you will have taken your profit. You will have taken your profit because the price is outside of the upper Bollinger that are on there. But the lesson about, hey, which applied to me, hey, okay, fine. The calls didn't carry, the bullish momentum did not carry through, yeah? So that's a loss. So if I return back to the 15-minute one, it doesn't really matter for what's going to follow next. My point on here is that the trade wasn't finished. Well, my call trade was finished. Yeah, I got emotional, got out of the trade somewhere here on this candle. But then look what happened. Now you have a brand new setup. This is when the market starts selling off. The overall market starts selling off, right? This move on the put side. Yeah. So within 1 hour, 2 hour and a half, it got you at least $6. For expiration on Friday, that's decent. So you would have turned this loss here, which for me I took, into, hey, new setup, and for a big win here. This is very often the case, yeah? Even when, let's say, you manage to win actually big on one direction. So imagine that, okay, you win on one direction. So the reason why, let's say you are taking some of your win, yeah, because you want to take money, right? But sometimes we get out of positions because the trend is about to change. Well, if you won with one trend, feel very comfortable making more money if the trend reversed, right? Because a stock that's moving generate more movement. So if the bulls, they were able to carry a stock up and for it went up, it's overbought. If you don't know what that term is, that's okay. I will explain that later. That's just a set of conditions on there. And at some point, people start taking profit, the price going to retrace down. You can trade that as well. Hence, the need that I say, hey, when you identify one of these alerts, right, that start moving on Monday or something, just focus on that. You want to spend your entire week, if you want, on the majority of your capital on that one stock, yeah? And trust me, we have had consistent week here where such stock happened to be 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Example this week, it's AMD. On Monday, you can go back into our Discord hangout. Somebody posted a chart saying, oh, this is the stock of the week. Something big had to be was about to happen. So though it started slow, because remember on Monday the big winner was Twilo, yeah. But I remember one of the members, they said that, hey, before the close or whatever, Twilo was going to go number 2 because we pasted the screenshot of the watch list percentage of the option, and at the time AMD was just number 3 on there. I think ATVI was actually number 2 behind Twilo. But both of them, ATVI and AMD, on that day, they were just like 100% gain or some 100-something percent. It wasn't much. It wasn't much. But that momentum really accelerated throughout the week, right? So if you have identified that, hey, AMD was your stock to follow, or Twilo for that matter, you clean up. You clean up because you're focusing on one single stock, then it's easier to manage, yeah? You can tell yourself, okay, so well, I have these many calls. In case something happened, here's my hedge on the puts, and trade it accordingly. It's much easier that way than maybe a chaotic scenario like yesterday, well, because the market went sideways, and then things really start selling off at 12 Eastern, right? So a lot of us, all of a sudden, we were buying position and closing them, buying position and closing them. But we can't keep that. With time, we will learn how to keep that in control. So in this one, my grade on this trade was a big F. Yeah, no bueno, because lost money, lost 50 cents on there, sold them somewhere there when the bullish setup ceased to exist, and then didn't carry through. And will I have corrected that by putting the put the corresponding puts on my watch list because I would have seen that, hey, it's moving. Because to me, really, that's the key now for me, right? Just a snap of an eye, I can say, oh, the green ones, they are on top, and I sort them. I'm going to show you how I sort them and then answer a question that, hey, for instance, hey, when do you get interested in a stock? By how much percentage do you need to see the percentage change? If that doesn't make sense, I will show you right away on here. But I want to show you one where I did a better job than on this Roku. The other one that I did a better job than Roku, we talked about it in pre-market yesterday as well, right? It had earnings. So here's the chart for Twitter. So Twitter, I think at some time I put in the pre-market, I showed you guys how to put the 37 puts inside of, just an example, right? Inside of your watch list. I think, yeah, the 37 puts is what I use. And I set up an alert for it. Yeah, the goal was to show you how to set up an alert. So then I pasted the message in our Hangout. Hey, my alert actually was triggered because, hey, the price was going up. And I said, hey, this is not an indication to take a trade because at the time, this is what was happening. And so I had the 40 calls on here, yeah? So those 40 calls actually went to the money. Silly for me, while the 40 calls were going in the money, I was in the middle of making the video because nothing else was moving. I kid you not. So I was like, hey, I may as well use this time. Trust me, free time is very difficult for me to find. I was in the middle of making the video, the onboarding video. So with one eye, I'm speaking on the video. The other eye is watching my calls on Twitter be in the money. And obviously, the moment they hit in the money, they retreated as fast as... Actually, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Then you can really understand what was going on. Well, I couldn't stop the video because there is no way. I do not tape the video twice. I take them one shot. So this is what happened at first, right? Where is it? Yeah, so this is 40. When they hit 40. So after they hit 40, big reaction. So came back down to 39.80. I think, well, for me, by the time I finished the video, it was somewhere here. So meaning that I missed on those big gains. When it hit 40, the contract was worth 92 cents from, let's say, sub 40 buy. Yeah, so meaning a good 100%, not super big money, but 100%. I mean, you see how we speak here, a successful trading, 100% is no big deal. Imagine people who actually trading services that are out there, for them, 20% is like a big celebration, and that's their exit. Yeah, Miss Carol? Miss Carol can tell you guys what subscription service that are out there. But here's the thing afterwards, right? You have a brand new setup now the other direction. And this one, yes, I wised up from whatever I did, so was able to trade the 38 puts all the way in the money. Yeah, that's how. In my case here, it wasn't a big loss on here. I mean, I couldn't sell at 92. I was busy. I sold much lower than that. But after that opportunity, this one presented itself, and I took it. So when you're in a trade, you can be patient. Even on a losing trade, you can turn a loss into a big win. That is a good illustration of this first points on here this morning. So with that, let me turn it, because it's been a while, let me go check into, Lord behold, we have 19 concurrent viewers. Where are all of these people coming from? What? Did you guys call your friends for a party on Friday? 19? We have never seen that. So we blew past the resistance, right? Mr. Beto has a question that we have had here again. So yes, a very valid question. Realistically, how many options can one reasonably follow for a setup? That's what I'm struggling with. How many options can one reasonably follow? Mr. Beto, so you have created, and actually instead of, that's a good transition. To answer this question, we are going to switch back our screens. That's all we do here, switching back and forth the screen. That's an art by itself. That's I'm trying to master. So let's go back inside of Power E-Trade and actually show you what has been helping me for the last 2 weeks. And I got feedback from some other traders who say that it's helping them as well. So for the last 2 weeks, we suggested and we showed how to create a watch list for, not for the stocks, for the very options that we are tracking. Yeah, this is it here. So how you do that, you go to, let's use an example that's very pertinent this morning. So, no, not Roku. No, come on, Telex, why are you saying not Roku? No emotion trading, no revenge trading, no nothing, okay? A trade happens to be whatever, you let it go. You do not let that linger and affect you. It's just said and done. So this is how our, hey, earnings, right? Intel, down 13% this morning. So fantastic. So what possibly can happen with Intel? As of now, the first logical thing that I can think of here, hey, the momentum is bearish. So let me put in the 50... the 50 put. This 50 put, yesterday you could have gotten them for 2 cents. My friend, you are going to, if you had them, congratulations, because they're going to blow past $1 here in the next 20 minutes. But for me, as of now, I didn't have them. I mean, it would have been wise. And yeah, this one could have been a really smart trade. If, let's say, I was eager to research that. And if you can tell me why Intel would have been, not that we are doing Monday morning quarterbacking here, but there is one reason. If anybody is capable of giving me, and you see that on the screen, yeah, or I have taught you that, or I've brought that up before, there's one reason. Looking at this here, that would have been like, yeah, these would have been okay to consider before earnings, then that means you're on your way. So here, this is just how we put the 50 puts expiring today. And I don't know what I'm using today one. It doesn't matter. You can pick another date on here. You just click on watch list. At least this is how it's done inside of eTrade. I know many of you have it. And I save. And this is it. It came here in the bottom. Now, the problem for me is that when we have a big watch list, obviously these things, because I'm putting both the calls and the puts, I learned my lesson. Because having my brain, I know that here at Successful Trading, we definitely pride ourselves into the motto that, hey, some thinking is required, right? Like IKEA, some assembly is required. So yeah, some thinking is required here. But still, let's make it easier so I will always now, from now on, have both the puts and the call. That's way, no guessing or anything. And I don't need to put the notes like it's in the video, right? Because I just needed to expand and they give me the full name of the contract. So in this case, the 50 puts, they are here, right? So when the market opened right now, yesterday, you could have gotten them for 1 cent. Yeah? Those are the type of trades that, trust me, really, this one, I would have been so nice. But no, I didn't have the presence of mind. Though we were together, right? And I think that's I'm not going to use this as an excuse. I failed to give you guys a super winning trade this morning. But then Mr. H. Pond is saying that implied volatility smash. Meaning... implied volatility was not super high compared to others. Hence, that's a condition for us to, if we can consider gambling before ER, meaning realistically, because trust me, we have shown you the extreme, right? That the 400% jacked up of implied volatility, that the 200% range. For us recently, actually, at least with one of you, I'm not going to, no, maybe I shouldn't say that. But I've shown with one of you a scenario where you can actually do that and actually make money. I'm trying not to encourage that as much as possible because it creates behaviors that's, trust me, they will lead you astray. So, but the reason for Intel is that the implied volatility, relatively speaking, yeah, it was increased, but not that much. And I mean, it's okay to do Monday morning quarterbacking, but at least one of you know that we have showcased exactly how to do that. And money actually was made on there. So yes, Mr. Beto, the answer already. 3, 4, 5. You heard me all this week. I was saying that on Monday, I only had 3 positions. And I was super relaxed because you just get out of the way of your trading. So, and which one do I pick? I'm glad that you asked. So let's go back to the screen on here. Which one do I pick? So meaning at the beginning of the week, over Saturday or Friday, Sunday, You have your full list, right? Right now, I just posted the list, so maybe you can't tell me you don't know the strikes. Well, you don't know the strike. That's something that you need to get yourself into, actually picking up the strikes, yeah? So try picking up the strikes for, let's say, some of those when you have time, because today, Friday is going to be slow, right? Nothing's going to be happening in today's market, yeah? Well, let me show you the pre markets, and maybe then you can convince yourself. Yeah, SPY is only down minus 0.5%, which hasn't happened really that much. QQQ is down minus 1.45%. Yeah, it's going to be a boring session, folks. Really, no, I am being I'm being sarcastic. I actually think that that transpired yesterday. And going into the end of next week, I was telling Mr. B in a one-on-one yesterday, I see a lot, the system is alerting me in a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's a sign of increased movement in the market. So yeah, I think yesterday, the second part of yesterday is definitely telling us that, hey, the boring days may have been gone. So I need just to see one thing to start making some type of, not prediction, but at least getting myself into the attitude of February, March. I haven't seen that yet, but let's see if today's bring that up. Because yesterday, there was a 10-bagger on SPY, folks. Yeah, 6 pound down, there was a 10-bagger on there, assuming you traded the Friday expiration. So back to Mr. Beto's question fully. 4 to 5 is really the maximum. I'm telling you the truth. So if you find yourself that the market is just giving you opportunities left and right, trying to focus, because you said your amount of capital, you can put more capital into the trade that are working the best. Which trade are working the best? For me, I use the market change percentage to sort them out. Yeah? Either puts or call, whichever one are moving the most, they're going to be on top. And in my system here, they're going to be in green. Just as I shared with you guys, let me show what it looks like for those who may have missed it inside of our Discord. Well, some people who are on this broadcast are not in our Discord room, so you have to show them the Discord. I'm trying to switch screen, folks, if you see me hesitant like that. So we can share the inside of our Discord hangout. We don't have anything to hide, yeah? Besides, our weekly gains are already achieved for the month. I'm hoping for everybody. If not, hey, come back next week. There are going to be plenty more. So I'm looking for, are you telling me, Telex, that you didn't do a screen share yesterday at any time of your watch list? That would have been really poor of me. You gotta be kidding me, Telex. Okay, that's fine. So I can go to the previous day then. I want to show what it looks like. Okay, here we go. So this was on, let's pick up the date here, July 22nd, 9:14 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, so 12:14. So at the time, McDonald's and AMD were in an entanglement. Sorry guys, I just like saying that word every time that any opportunity that I get. Okay, so this list, my friend, yeah, I'm hoping that for my sake that everything is in there, meaning that I have the puts or the call, because if I only have one side of a stock, if the one side is, let's say, negative, the other one's going to be positive. So I was paying attention to ATVI and the like of Win here. Both are there, the puts and the call. So yeah, on this screen, folks, at the time, max, you have 3 that you're trading. Now you can't tell me that, oh, the previous day I had a carryover of, well, the previous day, my friend, at some point, there were only so many which were green, which were moving, right? I picked the top ones. Why would I be wasting time? Not wasting time. I didn't trade FCX this week all along, because every time I will look at it, yeah, though they were cheap, 35% or something, they were not moving. So the question that you may have now, the corollary question will be, hey, but Telex, what is the percentage, at which percentage do I start getting interested? I'll leave it to you. In average, we say that, not in average, if I say average, I need to give you the proper quote. The average move per successful trading per trade is 9%. 6% was the worst that we have had in terms of that average, which happened last week. What do you think this week going to be? After the move on Twilio, the move on McDonald's, what do you think that average is going to be? So that average is 9%, yeah? Let's give the proper information. The 6% was the worst case scenario last week. And again, I will be publishing that every chance that I get now because I have data, I may as well tell the world about it. Yeah? So if it's 9%, a small type of option pricing modeling tell us that, okay, conservatively, most of the options, they will give you, since they're weekly option, they will give you north of 300%. So if something is going to be going to 300%, I'm not concerned. If I start picking it up at even 100%, as long as it's still moving, yeah? So meaning that me seeing, let's say, something that goes 50% at the open, 75%, the telling part will be the momentum at which it is moving. Because some of them, they can spike 100% or 135%, and they stay there. Yeah? Square did that for the most part prior to yesterday. I didn't pick it up. It was there, 135% is constant. But as something is increasing, it's increasing. Oh, it got my attention. I hope that makes sense. So meaning I can pick something up at 50% as here and then go to my stock screen, the conditions met, and then go to my option charts to make sure that I'm away from support and resistance, which lead me to, I forgot to show you guys something again. So I'm going to use, so yes, so what's that percentage? It can be any percentage, let's say below 100 and it's moving. Okay, let's clarify something. Now I'm sure by next week somebody's going to tell me that, hey, that didn't work out for them. I'm just certain. But now you guys are asking me questions. I'm giving you my response. I hope that's helped you. So we need something that is moving. Yeah? So it's trending if you want. That's how option make money. It doesn't have to be some of them. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me. It's still showing that we are live, but for about 10 seconds, for me, I lost everything on here. That's software. It hasn't done it for a while. I thought I figured out something, but it went dark everywhere here. So for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, I lost everything. So if we're back on, I'm glad. So let's take some of the questions on here. Mr. H is asking that for clarification, I was using 77 as a benchmark of high implied volatility. Yeah, I mean, high implied volatility, it's relative, right? Because what market makers do, it's when, let's say, earnings are coming or an event is coming, they will increase implied volatility. And the way to gauge by how much they increase it, there is another indicator next to it, parameter next to it called implied volatility change. Yeah? Yeah, hopefully everybody is back up. So the sound is back. How about the image? YouTube is saying that the image that's showing us the inside of our Discord room. And there's a small delay between my live feed and you guys. So if we are back, then that's that. Okay, very good. So yes, 75%. Oh, they can go much higher than that. So what, for instance, let's say, I don't know how many earnings we have of reputation today, but next week before earnings, spend the time looking at, by the way, AMD has earnings on Tuesday, yeah? Go check the implied volatility for the option expiring on the 31st. They're going to be super high. Can we do that on here? I took the question that we are pressing on time here as we are 9:20 Eastern time, 10 minutes into the opening session on here. So let me switch screen on here and go to the charts. We have a question about looking at Adobe. Adobe And most of the cloud stock, yeah, Adobe is not really cloud per se. I mean, I have a lot of cloud stocks in our subscription alert for next week. I mean, you guys have the list. So in the case of looking at Adobe, let's take a look here. Adobe was the 20 bagger 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So again, this market is just giving me one of those signs. I don't want to anticipate anything. I want to see it as it happened. But as of now, if you ask me, and usually when I say that, it goes the opposite way. So I don't know anymore. Oh, this is, yeah. Okay, sorry about the diagram there on the 15 minutes, whatever. Can we delete this, Telex? Yeah, hopefully we can delete this. That was, okay. So here's Adobe. Adobe is below moving averages on the daily chart. Yeah. The last time that it did that, it hung out here for 3 days and then it was back up. This was part of that famous 20 bagger that it did. So right now, anytime by default, if a stock is trading below the all major moving average, again here the 8th on the 20, that's a bearish setup. If that's any technical analysis, we say that, right? But then we have to look at different time frames, yeah, because one time frame doesn't really give you the full picture. It depends on your time horizon. So in this case, on the weekly, the moving average 8 period, which will act as support. Why? It has done that previously. It did that last week, yeah. It's at 424, and the stock is just above that, slightly above that. So upon Adobe trading below 424, yeah, or definitely that confirmed the bearish stand, yeah. And in that case, for us, especially in the perspective on how we trade Adobe, yeah, not sure, Mr. B, what's your timeline or what that you're looking at? The next line of support will be exponential moving average 20, currently showing a value of 392. So anything in that vicinity. Well, Adobe pre-market is down. All of them are down. That's what I just said. So all of them are down. A lot of those are down. The whole market is down. Yeah. Well, there's no colorful short every day, Mr. H. So sorry about that. Sorry to disappoint. Come back next week. Maybe they will be in in full force. So what are the opportunities today? I mean, if you were not with us late yesterday, so you may have missed out. Yeah, well, the only thing that for us we missed out, we looked at how both AMD and Intel reacted to Intel earnings yesterday. We saw that live, and we just did a simulation on Intel. So great value for those who stayed, and we even gave a trade, right? We gave a trade that's hey, we leave that privy was I think was Mr. Mohammed Ali who asked for a trade. He demanded a trade. He didn't ask. He demanded a trade. So that's the value of sticking around. So for those who stuck around, they got that. I don't know if they took that trade. I don't know what's how that stock is doing, but no harm. We have a brand new list. I mean, trust me, I had actually to discipline myself into trying to keep it. How many? I think 14 as of now. I gave number 1 and number 2. I was like, who should I put number 3 or whatever? It doesn't matter, because instead of actually this week looking at this stock like number 1, number 2, look at them as number 1A, number 1B, number 1C, number 1D, and so forth and so forth. I kid you not, because if the market does what it wants to do, it just we have a lot ahead of us, starting in 5 minutes time, folks. We thank you, everybody who's subscribing to the YouTube channel. We are barely a week away from the end of August. If we can get to 400 subscribers on YouTube, that would be great. Can we do it, folks? Can we do it? Tell your friends. invite your plus ones. So we appreciate that. We appreciate the like and everything. And we will catch you on another episode of Pre-Market Analysis, or hopefully on Monday. For the subscriber in our Discord room, we will be hanging in there. if the situation presents itself, let's see, here's my schedule. My schedule is going to be super busy in about 30 minutes, not with trading, with my other affairs. But later on in the day, if the markets is really start doing some of the crazy thing that I may think that it's doing, we can just get inside of our voice channel and we can hang out in there. So I will keep you posted on that. Thank you, everybody. You have 4 minutes to get yourself ready for Fun Facts Friday. Maybe, I don't know if I saw Miss Carol. Maybe Fun Facts Friday is back in force. So in any case, we have a great weekend if you don't get to speak again, and we will talk again soon. Bye-bye, everybody.